Hi, and welcome to the fifth, I think, ever Eco Bitch Actress podcast. My name is Sadie C, and I'm the host. Where do I start? First of all, why did they rate my podcast as explicit? There's absolutely nothing explicit except I say fuck, which I did for like 3 or 4 times in one episode. And then I realized it makes editing longer because I have to beep every single, I didn't say that one. So after that, I wasn't cussing. Otherwise, I only talked about the casting couch for 1 second, and that's nothing to be explicit about because, as I said, I didn't even know what color the couch was because nobody's showing me no couch. Anyway, that was the episode, and everything else is super friendly, kid-friendly even. Yeah, show this to your kids who want to be an actress or actor. Let me talk them off of it. Okay, here's my co-host, Superman. See, I am kid-friendly and this is definitely a clean podcast. Woohoo! See, we have puppets on here. Dude, I don't know how being rated explicit affects an episode. But I mean, okay, I don't know. I don't want to phrase that joke. Let's skip that joke. Today, again, I'm going to share with you an eco tip that's great for the environment. Might not be for you, but who cares? And then we'll have another exciting acting story from my journey as an actress in Hollywood for 6 years now. I posted some little clips on TikTok and already I am receiving strange comments, trolls, which now I'm just starting out. So tune in next episode where I'm going to answer all those strange comments because I love watching those shows where people like answer strange comments. It's really entertaining. So time for my eco tip for the day. My eco tip is really, really down to earth. So when you go to a restaurant where they give you a lot of napkins. Oh, I went to this fancy white people taco place. Dude, we all know taco is Mexican, but I'm trying to phrase it so it's not woke. I don't know how, but it was made into a more Caucasian version, the tacos, with eggs, like Sunday Karen brunch on a taco shell. I think that's a very good line. Okay, that kind of a restaurant. And I would never go. I go to those, is ghetto? Okay, I go to those ghetto taco places because they are the best. And I'll be the only Asian and people stare at me again. Am I offending everyone? I know my like Spanish taco words like buche or chicharron. I can do the ordering in Spanish. So don't cancel me. Anyway, the restaurant I went because there was no other choice. It's either that or another cold pasta place. Ugh. Delhi in Los Angeles is it's too cold. I don't like cold food, so I'm not going in. That was the only restaurant where they cook stuff. Egg in a taco thing. Yeah, you get my drift. So I went in and with the tiny overpriced tacos, I also got like 12 napkins, thick napkins. It's like 2 inches of napkins. I don't know. Do they assume I have a big mouth to wipe? The tacos were not bad. It's healthy. But the other day at a potluck, I told my friend his dish is healthy. And then he said, that means it tastes bad. People are very smart these days. Okay, it's healthy. The napkins though, I only used like 2 because I had salsa, but I would not need all 12 of my napkins. So what does an eco bitch do? Keep those napkins because usually staff at the restaurants, they're gonna just throw away the whole thing because that thing left the kitchen. Everything that left the kitchen, they won't just reuse usually, except no. I, as an eco bitch, cannot just see those napkins go into the landfill. They're in brand new, unused state. They did nothing wrong. Why do they deserve to be thrown away brand new? I just grabbed them, the clean ones, and took them with me. And that is my eco tip. Okay, guys, when you try it, be prepared because this move is really avant-garde. It's really new for this current culture. So people might stare because nobody does it. That's literally why the eco bitch part exists. It's because I'm doing all those weird avant-garde eco shit that no one else has done before. It's comedy because if I go serious, nobody's gonna listen. But the point is not to just follow the eco tip and the world will be saved. But it's for people to be conscious of what they're doing. If everyone does that, they do their own little weird wacko eco tips, then things will change. Wow, there's my TED Talk. So I'm telling you, it takes balls to take those clean napkins. I do it all the time. I know. First of all, the waiters will be like, where did the napkin go? And they might have assumptions or they're too busy to care. But that's the first thing you get over. And then if other customers, like, usually don't be so self-conscious. Nobody's really staring at you, but they do stare at me because I'm eco bitch actress and pretty and wacko everything. But I'm so used to it. But an average Joe might not be used to it. Other diners might look at you with whatever's on their mind. But you get over that. Level 2. You're leveling up, baby. Think big, grandiose. You're saving the landfill from a stack of clean napkins. That's huge. If you do nothing else that day, do this, okay? We will go to straws later. Oh, the controversial straw. Very soon in my podcast. If you guys subscribe, like, follow, and do all that to keep this podcast and my motivation afloat. Oh my God. And I actually got this tip from my mom, who literally goes to the extreme. So I have to clarify that it is only for the napkins that are already on your table that otherwise will go to the landfill. It is different if you go to a self-dispensing napkin dispenser where they have a load of the napkins there and you grab a bunch. That's not eco. That is freeloading. That is a different... I was gonna curse. I stopped. That's some different shady stuff. Because those napkins are not going to the landfill. Another person can use them because they're clean. So that's not what I'm talking about. And there are freeloaders, but they are not eco bitches, okay? Eco bitches start with the word eco. So we try to eliminate trash. I hope that's clear because that's like rule number 1. My mom's like hardcore on the napkin front. She'll like grab the clean napkins on our table that's not in the dispenser. Yeah, my mom's not the freeloader mom. Clarification. She's very eco and in her lane. She doesn't like free stuff. Not all Asians. I see some like aunties are just freeloaders, not supporting that. That's not eco. The extreme part about my mom is she's going to also grab that napkin that's kind of slightly used. The slightly used one, not the heavily used one, but one maybe just like a tiny bit used. She'll also grab that one, which I will not. Okay, that's my limit. So she's level 3. She's very eco on the napkin front. Anyway, please follow my eco tip. Next is my acting story. I'm going to do a short story this time because I had a long eco tip. Today's story is from yesterday. When we had our theater show, everything is already hectic because we only have 15 minutes to load in, meaning prep everything, get all the props ready. We have a complicated set design that all the actors also help out with. So it's a hectic 15 minutes, but 5 minutes before the show starts, the costume person still wasn't here yet because she and her car was stuck in downtown Los Angeles. We assume it's the protest going on right now, which we all support, our group. But then our costume are stuck. We were almost going to go on with our own clothes, which would have been wacky. It's unmatched and it's the wrong color. And yesterday was the day that the judges came to see the show. And it's the important one, basically. It's like disaster mode. I definitely cried less in yesterday's performance because my tears were all dried up because I was fretting so much having to go on without the costume but having to wear my own stuff. So they delayed the opening time for 5 or 10 minutes. And so the costume person arrived at I think 2:58, so 2 minutes before showtime. And then boom, the whole costume got dragged into the backstage and everyone just frantically put on their costumes. And the guy who plays the police is like, oh, I'm going to turn around. So it was like chickens and fireworks. It was hectic. But fortunately, they all changed quickly and the show goes on. So everything else went well. Assistant directors were making speeches like at the end of the show, like, please get out. The next show is coming. And after they said that, all the friends that came to see me, because I had to change and help clean up afterwards. When I went out of the theater, all my friends left. And one of them I didn't even know came until the next day when he messaged me. So, wow, I felt this profound sadness because my ego didn't get, no, I felt very sad that I couldn't hear the praises from my friends, only text. No, it's not that important. That was a joke because sometimes when I say jokes, I'm so RBF, I have such a straight face. People thought I was serious. So I have to say, I'm joking. I'm so tired of that. But yeah, we almost had to go on in our own costume. It is lunatics. The theater manager was like, this is a story you can tell your grandchildren. And we're just like, But it was a trip. It is a story that I can tell my 5 listeners on my podcast. Amazing. We're at time. See you next episode. I still have 2 shows. June 20th, June 21st at McCaden Theater. Details in the description. And my comedy show is July 13th at Flappers. See y'all. Bye.